Ever wondered why your AI assistant sometimes gives a wrong answer, and then still sticks to it, even when you point out the mistake? You're not alone. Researchers just uncovered a surprising flaw in AI language models. They often can't catch their own errors. But here's the twist. There's a simple fix that could make them way smarter. Let's break it down. Imagine you're teaching a student to solve math problems. You show them examples of correct answers, but what if you never showed them how to spot and fix their own mistakes? That's basically what's happening with large language models, or LLMs. Most of the training data they're fed is error-free. They learn to mimic correct answers, but they rarely see how to correct their own errors. To test this, scientists created something called the self-correction bench, a tool to inject errors into AI reasoning and see if the models can fix them. They didn't just rely on random mistakes. They designed controlled experiments with errors at 3 complexity levels. Think of it like a lab test for AI. They trick the model into making errors and then check if it can fix them. The results? Yikes. When testing 14 different models, they found that on average, LLMs failed to correct their own mistakes 64.5% of the time. That's a huge number. But here's the twist. When researchers simply added the word wait to the end of a response, the error rate dropped by an astonishing 89.3%. Wait, what? Just adding wait made the AI rethink its answer. It's like giving the model a tiny nudge to pause and check its work. The study suggests that LLMs do have the ability to self-correct. It's just not activated by default. It's like a student who knows the material, but needs a reminder to double-check their work. So why does this happen? The answer lies in how these models are trained. Human-generated examples, what the models learn from, rarely show the process of correcting mistakes. But models trained using reinforcement learning, a method where AI learns from trial and error, do pick up self-correction skills. They're essentially taught to fix errors through feedback, like a student learning from their mistakes. Here's where it gets really interesting. The researchers made their tool open source on Hugging Face so anyone can test it. They tested models like Qwen3-235B and Llama-4, and the results were eye-opening. Some models improved dramatically with a single word, while others struggled. But the takeaway is clear. Self-correction isn't just about accuracy, it's about resilience. This research isn't just about fixing a glitch, it's about building trust. If we want AI to be reliable in critical areas like healthcare, finance, or education, we need systems that can catch their own errors. The good news. The solution might be simpler than we think. A tiny word like wait could be the key to unlocking better, more trustworthy AI. The study, led by a team from DeepSeek and collaborators, introduces the self-correction bench, a benchmark designed to stress-test AI's ability to identify and fix its own mistakes. Think of it as a digital inner critic for models. The team crafted scenarios where even top-tier models like Qwen, Llama-3 and 5.4 struggled. For example, if an AI claims, the Eiffel Tower is taller than Mount Everest, it needs to recognize the contradiction and correct itself. The methodology was meticulous. Researchers created questions that forced models to question their assumptions, not just recall facts. They didn't just test for factual accuracy. They evaluated logical consistency and the ability to backtrack. The results were striking. Models often clung to incorrect answers, even when the errors were glaring. But here's the breakthrough. When prompted with instructions like think step by step or identify contradictions, accuracy spiked. It's like giving AI a built-in fact-checker. This isn't just about tweaking prompts. It's about redefining how we train models to think critically. This matters because self-correction is key to making AI reliable. Imagine a medical AI diagnosing patients, or a legal AI summarizing contracts. If the model can't catch its own errors, the consequences could be serious. The study shows that with the right prompts, we can help AI become smarter, turning it from a confident guesser into a more careful thinker. So the next time you use an AI tool, remember, it's not just crunching numbers. It's part of a global web of open-source innovation, where researchers constantly refine these systems. And who knows? Maybe one day, your AI assistant will catch your typos before you do. Thanks for watching. If you found this intriguing, hit subscribe for more deep dives into the world of AI. Stay curious. Ever wondered how AI models catch their own mistakes? Or why some answers from chatbots just feel off, even when they sound confident? Today, we're diving into a fascinating new study that's shaking up how we think about AI self-correction. The research reveals that even the smartest AI models have a blind spot when it comes to self-correction. They might generate a perfectly worded response that's factually wrong, or miss contradictions in their own logic. Why? Because models are trained on vast data but lack true understanding. They're expert guessers, not critical thinkers. The self-correction bench tests this by injecting errors into reasoning chains. For example, if a model says, the Eiffel Tower is in Paris, that's straightforward. But if it claims, the Eiffel Tower is taller than Mount Everest, the model must recognize the inconsistency. The study found that top models like Qwen3-235B and Llama-4 often failed to correct such errors. But here's the game changer. Adding a simple prompt like wait or think step by step triggered a 89.3% improvement in error detection. This suggests that LLMs can self-correct. They just need the right nudge. The key lies in training methods. Models using reinforcement learning, where AI learns from trial and error, showed stronger self-correction abilities, mimicking how humans learn from mistakes. This isn't just a technical fix, it's a philosophical shift. Self-correction isn't just about accuracy, it's about building systems that adapt, learn, and grow. As AI becomes more integrated into critical fields, this research could be the foundation for safer, more reliable technology. Stay curious and keep exploring the world of AI. If you want to see the self-correction bench in action, head over to Hugging Face. Maybe you'll spot the next big breakthrough.